Stephen, how you doing? Yeah, it's great to have you back in Glasgow, first of all. Always find it's nice to have a familiar face as opposed to anything else. Yesterday, I want to talk about your induction in the Hall of Fame. Good honour to be inducted with the likes of your Drew McIntyre and everything like that. So, what was your reaction, first of all, when you found out, one, that you were going to get inducted, and two, it was going to happen that the greatest team in the world, Glasgow Rangers?
I really believed any of it. I spoke to Bradley, who's in charge of the Scottish Wrestling Hall of Fame, and nobody really gets inducted into that unless they have some serious contribution to Scottish wrestling, or international wrestling specifically, Scottish wrestling, and certainly not until they retire. And it had been mentioned to me, hey, way down the line, you'll be in there, obviously. And I was like, oh, cool, that'd be nice one day. But then the fact that it was, okay, it got to a point where you've achieved so much, you've done so much, and now you're bringing this big event to Glasgow and fighting for the world title. I think it's time now to be the first ever active guy going in there. And then for WWE to come in and tell me, oh, by the way, it's happening at Ibrox. They brought both of my childhood loves together. At one point, I was going to play for Rangers or be in WWE, and it got to the point where I focused on WWE. But to come back all these years later, everything coming full circle, and to achieve something at that level in my wrestling dream, but also have it happen at Rangers Stadium. I should have sent a poet to write the words for me.
It must have been surreal, though, as a fan of the club, to know what the history is like, and to first of all come out of the old manager's room and into the blue room. Everything. So it must have been a goosebumps on your arm just seeing, walking out and having all the famous managers there, and you were going to be honoured in such a way that you were.
Yeah. Goosebumps all day. It was just one big goosebump at the end of it. As you say, being in Ruth's office and looking at all the pictures on the wall, still got the same desk, same chair he had, same phone, his hat hanging up in the corner, and seeing all the legends and all the managers that had success in Rangers and pictures on the wall. And walking down the tunnel, which genuinely plays Simply the Best, while they're walking out. The other team has to listen to it too. It's hilarious. It's a video, you see the smile on my face, as tired as I was, but the smile literally from ear to ear. My face hurt from smiling yesterday. And then actually being on the pitch, seeing Welcome Home Drew, the big screens at Ibrox. What the hell? Mark Haley and Lee McCulloch came in the tour telling me stories about back in the day. It's just absolutely right.
It must have been interesting talking to Big Jig about wrestling. He doesn't seem to be a guy who would know much about the wrestling, as opposed to just being kind of carted out. Did him and Haley know a lot when you talked to them about it, or were they just kind of know what you were saying?
Bits and pieces, stuff about British wrestling and that. But yeah, we were just bantering about all sorts. Like I told a couple of wrestling stories, I told a couple of football stories, but then we're just talking about everything else under the sun. They're just, as you find out about a lot of people you admired growing up or watching, like playing like a sport you love, like football. They're just good guys.
Yeah.
And, both of them were amazing guys, but for Haley, I was getting these McCoy stories, so I could bribe him to come and walk into the ring.
Finally, one quick one is, obviously it was a season-ending disappointment for Commodity's team, even though it looked like they were having plenty of ups at one point. Is there anything, if you could give any advice to him for next season to try and take the title back from Celtic?
For a start, the players need to start playing for the jersey a bit more. As much as I loved everything, it was all modern. We need to strip back some of the stuff. It was all fancy as hell. Haley was telling me what it was like back in the day. I was like, all right, maybe we start stripping things back, making the players understand what it is to play for Rangers. Not saying this to everyone, clearly, but some of the players really need to start playing with their heart, playing for the jersey, treating every game like it's their last game, and that's how a Rangers team should be, and it's not who we were certainly the last part of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think if Haley had his way, we go back to the old 4-4-2 thing, but I think
I think a combination of a bit of both, a bit of the old school and a bit of the new school. If we can find somewhere in the middle, that's where we need to be.
Absolutely. Anyway, all the best for Saturday, and hope it goes well for you.
Thank you very much.